Oh my. Hello viewers, and welcome to a new Darkest Hearts of Iron game video. This time, I'm going to be taking a look at the Hegemonia mod that a subscriber has suggested. This mod is based on a Paradox Mega Thread AAR, which I'll link in the description if you want to read it. I myself have not read it because I don't really have much time to do so, much less make video. In this episode, I'm going to play as Great Britain, because in all honesty, I've never done so in Darkest Tower, and I guess this will be a pretty good place to start. If you like my content, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, it really motivates me to make more of it, and without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into the video. I do feel like I woke up in a fever dream of sorts, since Rome exists and they're pretty communist. And North America does not look much better. I guess the 2016 election came here. Italy split up, which is not really too much of a loss. And the only colonies that we have as the United Kingdom are here. Pretty disappointing. Well, I would switch out Mr. Appeasement over here. I don't really have any other options, so I'm stuck with him. Well, look, the Dublin Conference. I'm surprised the Brits were invited. Normally, it would be a good idea to have Ireland in my interest sphere. However, I don't want the IRA roasting me, so I'm just going to make threats towards my two biggest enemies. Disarmament? No, we're not listening to Chamberlain. Yeah, that went about as well as a visit to the dentist in the UK. Though I'm quite surprised that Lithuania's capital is the Minsk, since the leader is Augustinus Voldemaras, who was the leader of Iron Wolf Lithuania. Figured it'd be Vilno, but no. Yeah, I don't think it accomplished much. It's kind of cursed how Wilhelm is named Waldemar in this universe. Oh, China may get unified. I'm quite curious if the nationalists will win or these fascist boys. Oh my, how am I playing as the UK and have no naval doctrines researched? Why would we do that? That will make me so undemocratic. I just wanted a shift in ideologies to try to replace Chamberlain, but I still don't see any replacement. Yes! Oh no, not him. I'm trying to replace him, not put him as head of government. Ugh, the pacifier, how fitting. Okay, this may help. Also, I do like how, even in this universe, Lukashenko is the leader of Switzerland. Oh, hello there! It would be fun to see Oswald Mosley and Chamberlain just sitting in one cabinet. Excuse me? It took me a while to find where this war happened, but Caribbean is in flames, such a large war. Apparently, trading for money in this mod is easier than anything, so I should really capitalize on that. Oh, the commies are at war with the Central Powers. Well, at least I assume they call the Central Powers in this timeline. And the war is over Italy. I couldn't think of a worse reason to go to a great war. Oh, Iberia. Why'd you have to do that? I also just noticed that Il Duce is leading Rome. How fitting that we see you everywhere. Alright, I sent a bit of an expeditionary force to the continent, and I hope they'll help out. Oh, and Rome is not looking way too well since they're being invaded on all sides and have partisan activity in their national provinces. I also like it how Russia is just doing absolutely nothing because they're kind of landlocked and don't have a border to our enemies. And Lithuania, of all countries, took Istanbul, or Constantinople. Well, we definitely did relatively well. I took most of the north coast over here and also took Normandy, which is quite fitting. While I am at it, I would like to liberate France. Unfortunately, I can't liberate France because I don't really own enough provinces. So I'm just going to do it manually. Ah, beautiful. Just how it should. I was planning on liberating the rest of Italy, but I only took Palermo here. Lucky for me, the war has ended, and Japan now owns most of Africa. Though while I'm at it, let me leave the alliance, because I want to have a bit of fun on my own. This is also a rare sight indeed. The Germans landed on the Japanese homeland. I'm not really sure what happened here in South America, and I don't really want to find out. I'm going to start everything off by invading Missoula, which is Mexico on steroids. We're going to have to start the invasion from Central America, because I want to take more land. Oh look, our first form of resistance, and it's one division. Oh, look at that, the Frenchies are actually putting in the work. Whoa, that was quite the victory there. It's quite cool that the mod developer added capturing an enemy's capital as an event of sorts, so good job on that. Okay, so for some reason the Americans have pieced out with Missoula. So that just means that I get free land. And there you go. This is the end of the war with Missoula. Lucky for me, this is the last army that they have. After I decimate it, they will not have any more troops. This will definitely allow me to set the world on fire. Sadly, I had to take Hawaii so that they'll finally surrender. However, I think it's worth it. Well, I would go after the Americans first. I have to catch up on a few opium wars here and there. Yeah, I think the AI may need just a little bit of work. They had almost 100 divisions when I started the war, and now they have 115 at best. I think it's safe to say that I won already. After so much fighting, the Japanese only took Nagasaki now. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't encircled their whole army yet. There we go. I think it's very safe to say that they don't want to fight anymore. I noticed that for some reason and somehow they managed to navally invade Palermo. Why? It's quite safe to say that the Chinese did not last particularly long. And the last place that I need to take is Macau. Hooray! Victory! I'm also going to liberate nationalist China as a puppet and get them high and open. This looks quite beautiful. However, we can't take Manchuria yet because it belongs to the Ruskies. And I don't think waging war with them at the moment is a very wise idea. Now look at that, America went more democratic. I should try to fix that. Honestly, what kind of British video would it be without me trying to reconquer the Americas? And to start off the war, we have a neat little encirclement of a few troops. Oh man, the Chinese coming in with such a clutch. The Americans are actually faring relatively well against me, to my surprise, though they don't seem to be guarding their own territory very well, deciding to place all the troops in Canada or Finland. And now the French have landed in Florida. I do hope that Florida man can fend his own state against them. Honestly, I have taken Washington multiple times in my videos, but doing so as the British just feels very right. First nation to fall in this war will be Finland. I may have forgotten to burn Washington, but I have another city in mind. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, and apparently Boston was the capital. But whatever. This is probably the best encirclement I could accomplish. Too bad it came in so late. It's definitely the end now, and America is going to be integrated into the United Kingdom, just how it should be. I decided to balkanize the United States of America and release as many countries as possible, including Finland, American Federation, these guys, I guess, California, and that's about it. Though for some reason they did not want Texas and this place, Tulsa. Oh, in Oklahoma. That makes sense. Thanks for the cracking. I would go after India next, but the Germans currently control it, so I'll pay them a little visit and civilize them. Something tells me this is not how the mod should be played. Truly, who would be better suited for this job than Mr. General Harris? Ah, beautiful. This isn't Dresden, but it will do for now. Yeah, let's keep going! I'm surprised this encirclement over here in the Rhine is kinda holding and working in a sense. While the Germans do have an impressive 600 divisions at their disposal, I'm pretty sure that after I'm done with them they won't have 1/3 of the army. So in total I got 154 divisions there, which is quite impressive. And to make it as fitting as possible, let's make Mr. Harris bomb Dresden. Boom! Ah, Mr. Graziano leading the Germans into victory. We've been doing very well in our war against the Central Powers and Germany. They're basically a shell of what they once were and have quite a bit of dissent from my little nuking campaign. Their army has shrunk and we need to head towards Berlin ASAP. Another little encirclement in the north of Germany, specifically in Bremen. I'm guessing it doesn't feel too nice for Germany to have the supply lines cut off completely. And those mad lads in China are actually doing an encirclement in India, which is very nice. I'm gonna use some 6D chess to break into Denmark. Oops, I kind of missed my target a little bit. Well, doesn't really matter, since they're down for the count anyway. Oh, finally I have broken into Scandinavia. Now I want to knock them out first, then Italy, and then focus on the rest. Alright, one of my adversaries has been vanquished. Now I'm going to puppet them, as a show of dominance of sorts. I don't know that the Italians are not defending Rome at all. I guess it's safe to assume that they just gave up on it. Ah, Mr. Graziani, I trapped you. Another enemy who was not particularly powerful has fallen. So like with everyone else, I'm just going to liberate them as a puppet. Another pretty great encirclement has transpired, which definitely knocks most of the army out of commission. I think I'm going to end everything off here. I've had my fun with this mod, and I gotta say, it's a pretty good mod. It has a decent amount of work put into it, and like every mod, it still has a lot of room to grow. A large criticism that I have is that you can't research rocket technology because this tech is bugged apparently and just won't allow itself to be present after I research experimental rocket engine. Another pet peeve is that no one has any naval doctrines. The mod could have many more events, which is still a work in progress, I'd imagine. I like how they kind of nerfed nukes because it takes 60 IC to build a nuclear reactor, and It'd be nice if they fix the AI, to be honest, because it gets encircled extremely easily. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see all of you in whatever else I plan on doing. Goodbye everyone.